A couple of weeks ago, a brand new feature at Epcot, Disney's, well, you would think second biggest, second best, second most profitable theme park out there. The little lights they installed that were supposed to be so impressive, they were not working within days, honestly. And in fact, the entire expansion at Epcot has been one big humiliation for Disney. What if we told you, though, that another attraction, just literally installed at Epcot months ago, has also stopped working? We've got pictures, we've got testimonies, and we'll show you the paint's already chipping. So what's going on with Disney? Hello folks, welcome back. Happy to have each and every one of you out there. Although we sometimes have to cover negative stories because that's the nature of news, we also try to do it in a positive way. We hope you enjoy that. Click like if you share in our enthusiasm for having as much fun as we possibly can with some of these stories. And who knows, maybe Disney will turn things around in the future. We'll be able to cover that. It's a lot of fun when we get to cover topics like Nintendo and Universal Studios because they are doing great. They are doing fantastic. And we have a good time when we talk about those. In the case of Walt Disney World, though, and specifically Epcot, we're not happy. We're not happy because things, well, have not been treated with the respect that we think that theme park deserves. We're talking about the redo of the middle of the theme park, which turned out to be a redon't. And now, with the Moana area, Journey of Water, the water features have already stopped working. It's not related to the cold. The paint is even chipping. This thing is only like 2 months old. What in the world is going on with Imagineering? Folks, we've got pictures. Let's look at them now and bring on the panel. Already, the effects for Moana Journey into Water, well, they're breaking over at Epcot. They join the lights, which are no longer working. The little lights aren't twinkling, Clark, at Epcot. Supposedly because they were pressure washed. I know, you would have thought they would have counted for that, or kept somebody from pressure washing the lights, one or the other, but they didn't. Now they've got a different water issue, and that is that the water is not on for Moana. Here's what we've got out of SaveTheMagic.com. I assume it's their @ for Twitter. Moana water effect already broken. Many of the other effects were half working as I was walking through, barely responding, etc. As predicted, this wasn't going to age well. This was and remains a colossal mistake and waste of resources. And there you can see a dry splash pad already. But it's even worse, folks, because if you'll look at this, not only is it a dry splash pad, but take a look at the paint. This thing opened, 2 months ago? And already the paint is wearing off. Good grief, this is not good. Scrolling through some of the comments, Braden of Mickey Views out there saying, is the paint falling off? Didn't this just open? Agreed on that. Swamp Sagacity says, was it only the displays that spray water? Was it maybe because of the cold weather? Save the Magic says, no, there were several of them which were turned off, yet there was the same sort of operating right next to it. So I don't believe it was weather related, and it wasn't cold when I was there. Also, some of the effects were working, but just poorly. It goes on to talk about this again. Negative PR for Disney, but this really comes down to a budget issue, Jonas, and this is something that is really, really becoming high attention levels, I would say, is that Disney doesn't seem to have the money to fix this stuff anymore. And folks out there might think, well, come on, they've got the money. They have to spend right now to defend against Universal Studios, and they don't have anything. How bad is it? Well, Jonas, we're hearing that Disney is looking to try to spend money in Animal Kingdom because attendance there is so low. And at the same time, they have huge problems with other attractions at Walt Disney World. They're not perhaps going to spend on those anymore because they're out of money. They can only do so much. And I'm hearing, Jonas, that just like we're looking at this water situation with a brand new attraction that's already broken in Epcot, goes along with other things that just opened in Epcot that are already broken. I'm hearing that Disney is now becoming satisfied with the idea that they may become second place to Universal, and they're pretending, this is what I'm hearing, that Disney execs are pretending that that's okay. Braden, again, of Sir Mickey Views, is reporting that Disney executives believe that if Universal Studios rises, that just means more people are going to go to Disney World.
That sounds like an excellent thing to tell your boss on the board of directors. That no, we're second place, and that's a good thing.
But I don't believe that actually holds up anymore, Jonas. I think the premise is flawed. Like, I don't think that people are going to go to Epic Universe and then go to Disney.
Be listening to this live stream or clip or whatever. Guys, All of that money is going overseas right now to parks that don't charge as much. And right now, the IT infrastructure at Disneyland has been so badly managed that there was a 3.5 hour line outside of Disneyland just to get a Magic Key Pass. People were showing up in person because the online portal was broken, or the fact that credit cards went down at Disneyland, causing humongous problems at the park, or Genie Plus, this great big moneymaker, which is actually killing your parks. If you want to go over to that park place and check out our videos on that, that was down. And when that went down, the disability access service went down at the same time. When you refuse to invest money in the parks themselves, it damages the company. Maybe you're going to save a little bit here or there. Obviously, Disney Plus was a disaster as you're taking all of the money away from the parks, doing these record numbers at the parks, even at times when there shouldn't have been record numbers at the parks by most estimations. You spent all of that money on Disney Plus, which is a failing streaming service. And now you are using them, your cash cow again, to go fund all these international parks, some of them in districts that you cannot do business in a reliable fashion. Their economic and geopolitical circumstances can steal two of the largest parks away from you in the flash of an eye, and you may never get them back. But instead, when everyone is focused on Walt Disney World and Epic Universe right now, everyone is talking about what an amazing job that Universal is doing. And I will even venture to say that Universal does not have to do as good of a job as Disney, because they haven't built their brand around being the number one theme park destination, nay, the number one destination for tourists in the world. Universal just has to get them there on a trip by trip basis. Which would you rather go to? Would you rather go to Super Nintendo World? Okay, yeah. Or would you rather go to Galaxy's Edge and go see Ray? Or would you rather go and see Luigi's Mansion, that new ride? Or would you rather go to the Haunted Mansion, which, well, the one over in Disneyland is going to be gone for an entire year? Would you?
Took them 6 months to make the Hatbox Ghost.
Kids, are you interested in Pirates of the Caribbean? Are you interested in the Disney Junior show over at Hollywood Studios? Or would you rather go see Pokemon? I know which answer my children would give 9 times out of 10. It would be Pokemon. When I've said this on the channel before, when I close the door on my kids' rooms at night, it's, I love you. Yeah, I love you, Dad. I love you. By the way, I had a question about this Generation 3 Pokemon and whether or not he's strong against fire types.
Those are the kinds of taxing questions one asks right before bed.
Well, kids get really inquisitive when they go to bed, and apparently they think about Pokemon a lot. I just, this is a situation. They already had a big thing going when they had Epic Universe, and they have Super Nintendo World at Epic Universe. Universal Studios has been propped up by the fact that they have one Harry Potter park, one Harry Potter land within that park. It has gotten so much more attendance to other attractions there. And this is before DreamWorks Land. And this is, you know, that Fast and the Furious ride that is at Universal Florida is an abomination. It should not have been made. But that entire park has been propped up by just having Harry Potter in that park. You get Pokemon in there, all of a sudden you have got the biggest children's property. You have people that want to come to your park on a regular basis because I'm sure they're going to incorporate it with Pokemon Go. You cannot understate how big Pokemon is. It might be bigger than Harry Potter right now.
Is it bigger than a dry rock with no water in it?
Is it, if it were a Pokemon? Can you even imagine? Journey of Water.
Look at it, Jonas. Look at that. Look, it's just so sad. It's just so pathetic. And then you're talking about the cool thing that's coming, the cool stuff that's coming to Universal. And Disney World fans over at Epcot have a dry rock.
And by the way, if any teenager or younger is aware of Splash Mountain, they love Splash Mountain. They go, "What in the world is Tiana's Bayou Adventure?"
Tiana's Rainforest Cafe Adventure.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My mistake. Now I like the idea of the Country Bears, but that's going to take a little bit of selling for most of my kids. Whereas Universal is showing up, and they're not tied to a specific IP here. They're saying, "What does the market want? We will give the market what it wants," as opposed to Disney, who tries to say, "We will tell the market what it should want." Doesn't work that way, guys. Obviously, look at your revenue and look at the trends here. The numbers that you are charging for Disney and Genie Plus are unsustainable. You have to fix this.
All right, folks, we hope you did not have a bad experience watching this video, such as you might have if you go to a theme park where the things aren't working that you expected to have working. Remember, these tickets that you're paying to go into these theme parks, Epcot, is close to $200 per person. You expect to have the water running when you go in there, and you expect for it not to smell, and you expect for the little lights to be twinkling Clark. But maybe they'll get that back on one day. Folks, if you like content like this, consider clicking the like button. Share, subscribe. When you click it, you stick it to the algorithms. It's the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And don't forget, the beacons of light on Spaceship Earth, at least they work, and they're beautiful. So we'll give credit where credit is due. Folks, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.